A blessed day to all, especially to you, Ma'am Mary Joy Bernasol Alunday. I'm Marjorie M. Jose, 4B English, and I'll be going to discuss today the principles of teaching, educational technology, field study, and practice teaching. Let us first discuss what is lesson planning. Lesson planning is a vital part of teaching for all the various elements involved in instruction, such as objectives, content or subject matter, instructional procedures, evaluation, and related matters are given due to attention. And effective classroom management depends on a large measure on the teacher's ability to plan interesting, student-centered, multi-activity lessons to promote a high degree of student involvement and maximum participation. And what is lesson plan? Lesson plan is the term applied to the statement of objectives to be realized and the methods to be used in the attainment of such objectives within the specific time. And there are importance of lesson plannings. First, it helps the teachers to be systematic and orderly. Delimits the fields to be taught for a certain class period. Also prevents waste and unnecessary repetitions of lessons already taken up. And for the last, forces consideration of objectives of selection of subject matter, selection of procedures, planning of activities, and preparation of tests serve as an invention what the children have already learned. And these are the components of a lesson plans. First, we have the objectives. It states the aims which the lesson seeks to achieve. It must be a specific, measurable, attainable, results-oriented or realistic and time-bounded or SMART. Next, we have the subject matter. It states the topic or the titles of the selections, the books used in the page numbers concerned, and we also indicate the materials and value to be infused. Third, we have the learning activity. These are the different activities to be undertaken to realize the objectives. Next, the evaluation. Here, the test we usually give to determine whether the students master the lessons. And the part of the lesson plan give us feedback. The last part, we have the assignment. The teacher provides the topics for discussions, and there are the additional activities to reinforce student learning. And I have here the sample lesson plan in grammar. We also have here the objectives, the subject matter, the learning activities, and objectives must be specific, measurable, and attainable within the allotted time. For example, for us, if we have our demo teaching, we have 1 hour to finish our demo teaching. For the subject matter, it states the titles of the selections. For example, the title of your topic or the books and the references. And we also states the value stress. And for the learning activities, we have here the review or the recap of the past lesson. Also have here the identification exercise like unlock structure, vocabulary which used in the presentation materials due through the usual procedure like showing picture, giving in situations, and doing certain actions. For the presentation here, we will present our new structure, vocabulary, any of the following presentations materials in dialogues, or a story paragraph, a comic strip, a song, poem, a letter, or an advertisement. For the comprehension check, we have to ask a number of comprehension questions which aims the following. First, we have to check the students' understanding of the presentation materials. We also give the students experience in using the new language structure or vocabulary. And last, for the practice, give at least 3 communications or situations experiences which maximize students' participation and their meaningful use of the new language structure or vocabulary. And there are some ways to maximize students' participation. First, we have small group technique or the group activities. We also have dyadic exchange, milling around, picture charts, chart exercises, the real objects, cutouts, pictures, dialogue stories, games, riddles, contests, and etc. And for the generalization, we have some sentences containing the new structure written on the board or on the charts. To help the student analyze the sentences through questions, the answer to which lead to the generalization. In generalization, we test the students on what they have learned on the topic that we discuss on that day. And last, for the application, we have the oral. Here, we will conduct exercises similar to those under practice. Or next, we have written. We have to give situations similar to those given during oral application and have all the students write a sentences and sit and answer to your given question. Next, we have the formative test. Here we give at least 5 items which are related with the objective to make students familiar with the kind of response expected of them. We make at least one of the practice exercises in this lesson proper of the same type as the formative test. As much as possible, items should be related of each other. That is, they treat the same experience or situation. And for the last part, we have the assignment. We should have be outgrowth of the lessons, not writing tasks, which is new strange to the pupils. And in lesson planning, we also have a lesson plan in literature. First, we have also the objective, the subject matter, learning activities, uh, unlocking difficulties. As an English major, we are doing this as especially when we will discuss a story, we have to familiar those unfamiliar words, and we call this unlocking of difficulty so that the students have the idea on what that words means in the story that we are going to discuss. And in unlocking familiar vocabulary in the selection through the real objects or pictures, cutouts, the gestures, facial expression, demonstration, situations, short paragraph, context clues, the dictionary, and etc. Next, we have the motivation. The motivation questions should be a big question. Big in the sense that it elicits many different answers from the students based on their experience. Next, related to the story to be read and can be answered without the students reading the story. It should have the characteristic that it is parallel to the motivation question. If possible, that there is a smooth flow from motivation questions to motive question. And these are examples of parallel question. First, what do you and your brother or sisters play? So, the games did the speaker and his brother play in a poem? What games? What kind of games did they play in a poem? It is simple and easy to answer, just a means to give the student a motive for reading, and the students can answer it only after reading the selection. Next, silent reading of the selection or the oral reading of the story. And after reading the story, we have the discussion. And in the discussion, we're going to answer the motive question, answering the 4D questions, which give students a whole grasp of what the selection is about. Next, we have the specific skills development. This is the skills in the objectives. The selection just read can serve as a springboard for the development of the skills and be the material for the first exercise. Additional exercise can be taken from other materials. Next, we also have the formative test. This is same as the lesson plan in grammar, and also the assignment, same as the lesson plan in grammar. And there are things to be considered following in critiquing a lesson plan. First, congruent of instructional activities used with the lesson objectives. Of course, the activities that you are going to give your student is related with the objectives you have given. Next, congruence of evaluation measures with the lesson objectives. Okay, and the evaluation also is related with your objectives. Appropriateness and adequacy of activities, instructional aids use, integration to or more communication skills, the use of communication situation, maximum pupil participation with the teacher as facilitator. Correctness of English use. Yes, we have to correct the English use of our students. For example, they read it wrong pronunciation. And the last is the infusion of values. And let's discuss the children who are victims of unequal teaching first. Children who are undertaught. Here, those children who are undertaught, they are failed to learn what they could learn. They fail behind others and become discouraged. They develop dislike for school, may escape from schooling at earliest opportunity, find themselves boxed in by lack of education. Next, children who are overtaught. They are waste time in overlearning, become bored with school, may develop distaste for learning, may fail to find themselves. And the children who are mistaught, there limit interest to subject taught to them. They may learn to dislike or fear some of subjects. They also fail to develop broad bases for further learning and they grow up half educated. And for the children who are not taught, they respond less to their environment, develop prejudices against the arts, function in a limited way in some aspects of human relationships, may remain ignorant of importance, real human experience. And let's now discuss the 12 things to do to improve the grades of our pupils or students. First, let him or her know you are interested. Let them know that you as a teacher interested to teach them. An important key surround him with books. Happiness is vital ingredients of success. An adequate place for study. And help your child acquire sound study habit. Help your child believe in himself. Increase your child's interest in learning. Teach your child to use reference books. Help your child read better. Help your child learn to write legibly and fast. Help your child learn